Good morning. I hope you can hear the sound quality a little bit better today. I have finally got my mic set up. I have a couple of these mics, and I intend to use them for the podcast when I'm at home. I've got a couple, I think they're called lavalier mics that go on your collar that I was using earlier on, and I'll start using those when I go to remote places, as in coffee shops, and I'll use those there. I don't have a lot this morning. I've got a little bit of rambling to do. Uh, got some chores to do this weekend, and it finally quit raining. But with all the rain that we had, I have lots of grass to cut. This grass is, I bet I'm gonna fill up my bagger 5 times, which means I'm gonna have a quite a large number of garbage bags full of grass. I use a trash company that is what do they call it? They call it a single, maybe a single line company. Anyway, the idea is that you put everything, your recyclables, your the things that biodegrade, you put everything into the trash, and that trash is separated at their facility. Now on their website they have a video of how that works, and it's literally people standing on conveyor belts separating stuff out. I think their intention, it's been a while since I've seen that video, I think their intention was to one day have a lot of that automated. I hope they have, and I hope that they are doing that. I just woke up. I'm gonna have a little bit more coffee. My alarm went off. That kills the recording on my phone. So, starting over here. Anyway, I hope that they were being honest about that. I hope that not just everything's going into the landfill. I'm conservative by the true meaning of the word. I want to conserve our world, our nature, our landfills. I don't want to be a wasteful person. I'm conservative. I want to conserve. The idea that there was a single lane to put all this garbage in and then separate it out at another facility was very attractive to me. Also, they were the best garbage service, so shout out to Augusta Disposal. They do the best job at least in our neighborhood. I was fortunate enough not to have to switch and swap. They happened to be the first one I tried when we moved in, and now I've got a very good rate, and I've been grandfathered in, so they're not going to change it for a while. Wow, rambling has got me confused this morning. I don't know where I was headed with that. Anyway, I'm going to have a lot of grass clippings today. I cannot just use it as mulch. I would prefer to use it as mulch, but I'm going to have clippings because there was so much rain last week that the grass is very tall. So I haven't cut it for 2 weeks, which is, I try to cut it every weekend. I don't like it. I don't like the yard work. It's not my outlet. I prefer to have it cut by somebody else. And I never have, because I know that the activity is good for me. It does a few things. Number one, it gets me moving, which is always a plus in life. And number two, it gets me outside in direct sunlight, and vitamin D is important, and that's how we get our vitamin D for the most part. And then number three, I have allergies. And as I said before, when I first got together with the wife, she decided she wanted cats, and we've had cats ever since. And I have allergies to cats. Well, I don't have allergic reactions to cats anymore. I mean, there was a time when if I was around a cat, my eyes would puff up and they would they would kind of get so bloodshot. People would ask me if I was okay. Now, I'm just around the cats. You've seen me holding them. They are just pets. I don't. So I believe that nature has a way of inoculating us. And I get hay fever, especially when there's ragweed in the air. So it's not so bad if I mow my own grass. I go out there and I get a runny nose and, it gets kind of nasty there for me. But I believe that in the long run, it's probably better for me to be in that environment than I'm than not doing it. I'm not a medical professional, and you should probably contact your doctor and not do anything that I say, because I'm just a freaking truck driver with a cup of coffee, a cup of Joe. Well, I'm hoping that shortly peace will break out in our world. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that Ukraine and Russia and Israel and the Gaza Strip will come to some kind of understanding. There's no easy answers. There's no right and wrong. There's just people dying, and I hope it stops soon. Looks like the economy's picking back up. There for a while we were fairly short on freight. As a matter of fact, yesterday we were a little bit short on freight. However, I did manage to find enough freight to keep me busy for the day. I like my job. I do. I like doing my job. I like going to the places I go. I like seeing the people I see. It's something that I very much enjoy. But there is the matter of doing the job and having a job to do, and I certainly hope that things continue to improve. With the tariffs being put on hold, I'm hoping that that's something that will happen. So with the new microphone setup, the better audio quality, I ran a test last night and everything seemed to be working fine. I'm hoping that this is actually recording and that I'm not having any issues. But I have to get used to some things. Number one, I have to remind myself to not lean into the microphone, which I've been doing through most of this podcast. Have better posture, sit up straight, and look at the camera. That's where the people I'm talking to are at, and not bend over the microphone, which is what I feel like I need to do, but I don't. I'm not sure if I'll keep the headset on throughout podcasts. I definitely like the idea that I can hear myself speaking in them, because that lets me know that the audio is being transmitted to my phone, I hope, if I have everything set up right. And that's important. But other than that, I'm fairly happy with the setup. Anyway, it's a Saturday morning, and I'm going to go to work here as soon as the sun comes up and dries the lawn out. So probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I woke up early this morning, but I went to bed early. Try to stay on a semi-regular schedule. That way, I think that you're just better off like that. I'm going to say this again. I've said it before. Stop using your snooze button. It's not enhancing your life. All it's doing is making your life more miserable. You're not getting back to sleep. You're convincing yourself you are. You're closing your eyes and you're going into a very light sleep, but you're not going back to sleep. What's happening is you're just wasting time. And you're making yourself more miserable because you're getting up earlier than you have to. You set your snooze alarm, you hit it 4 or 5 times. You didn't get that sleep. That doesn't count toward quality sleep. What that does is count toward the time you were awake. And your body is not awake. It's not better off because of the snooze button. It took me a long time to learn that. And with the recent addition to my sleep app on my watch, it has proven out. It has definitely proven that that is the case. If you're using a snooze button, quit it. You're making yourself miserable. when your alarm goes off, set your alarm to go off when you need to get up. Go to bed at an appropriate time and get up when your alarm goes off. Your alarm should go off about the time that you're asleep. I'm a 7-hour guy. I set my alarm for 7 hours. I almost always wake up before that, usually 6.5, 6 hours and 45 minutes. That's when you should be getting up, when your body says, hey, time to get up. The alarm is supposed to catch when your body says, I need a little bit extra sleep, and your schedule says you can't have it. I'm not sure. I suppose what happened was the alarm clock companies decided that there was a way to sell more alarm clocks to people by adding the snooze alarm. And I think it was to the detriment of their customers. So quit it. Stop using your snooze alarm. Get yourself a good cup of coffee. That's the answer right there. When the alarm goes off, think coffee. You know what? I wonder if I don't want to pre-ground my. Used to have a coffee pot. When I would come to the kitchen, the coffee would already be made. It had a timer built onto it. I thought that was a great thing. Of course, I was also drinking awful coffee. Now I'm drinking good coffee with fresh ground. You know, every morning I run it through that hopper over there and grind it up, and I get some fresh ground coffee. And yeah, I think that's the way to go. So no timer on a coffee for me. But hey, we all have I have different levels. There's people that think I'm nuts for keeping my coffee in a hopper. I don't know. Anyway, get yourself a good cup of coffee. Have a great weekend. I'm hoping I can get another conversation with someone put out this weekend. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to go out here and cut the grass here in a little bit, and then I'm going to wash my house. You guys have a great day. It's Saturday. It's going to be sunny today here in Georgia. We're going to have a good one. I hope you have a good one. I hope you have a great cup of coffee, and I hope you find peace, love, and harmony.